marketing skills. We call it the silent advantage. Of course, this is not a way that a person, or especially a student at the initial stage of marketing during the learning of the module will get it. But the purpose of this video is to make you realize that actually, in fact, and probably, this is what opens up your future. Sadly, Sri Lanka is not a country that focuses on marketing, neither at the junior secondary level, nor at the the university level. We make very few marketing graduates. So this reality is a reason that we have an issue in economy also. Okay, let's leave it. So this gives you the career advancement chance. What is it? The marketing. You know, we all learn, Sri Lanka is pretty much crazy about education, the qualification, the degrees, the convocations, right? All that. Just imagine the number of students coming out of the BMICH per year, thousands, right? But what happened to most of us? Some of them make a move and, okay, make a game out of their jobs. But a lot of others, right? A lot of us needs time to do it. The reason, uh, it's not intelligence, it's not the degrees, not even the experience. Key to the survival and success in the business place is the ability to understand people, communicate the true value of them, respect them, and reaching out to them and try to you know explain or point out, let's say, communicate with clarity and confidence. Now remember, that's not what here, but we have it here. This is the missing point for reason. While some may get it and some in Sri Lanka, many don't. This is again a huge misconception in Sri Lanka. Many companies think that marketing is advertising and then worse, selling. We really fail to see genuine marketing in the business space. Sri Lanka is a marketing disaster compared to India, compared to Maldives even. We technically don't have a hand in the understanding of the marketing generally across the field. Talk about the retail industry, talk about the production, manufacturing, service sector. For heaven's sake, look at even our education industry. Do we see genuine marketing? Very less. Advertising, yes. Push selling, yes, but genuine marketing, hard to say. It's about how ideas are heard and how we recognize the other person's talent, and yes, how we reach out. And yeah, through that, we develop our careers in the workplace. Why does it matter? It's a reality, right? Sri Lanka is extremely well educated. We have literacy rate the best in the region, right? Every year we produce 60,000 graduates per capita. That's a big number. And then the academic skills, aside, technical skills and all, we are pretty good when it comes to education. But the certificate and the qualification is not just that. You just need to stand out. Chances, opportunities are less. Competition is heavy. So how do we make up a standout? This is what they look for. There's a huge gap in what we give to our qualifications and what they need. Ability to communicate. It's a case of ability to convince the other person. Doesn't have to be language. Most of the communication is non-verbal, actually. And our ability to find solution to the problems that are before us, raised by someone, maybe a client, maybe a customer, maybe in the workplace. And the third one, understanding of people. How do we understand people when very, very few of us can speak two languages in Sri Lanka, Sinhala and Tamil, right? So the marketers need to know the mother languages. The failure or the refusal or disregard or ignorance make us having some trouble, a lot of trouble in understanding the people. You enter the market. So, yeah, knowledge, we will get it, no question about it. Go for it, have it. But what about our attitude? That's a brand. Communication, we learned about it. Remember, non-verbal communication is a huge part of communication. And then the resulting reputation due to good brand, solid communication. Yes. Look at the quote. Understand the customer. So that, you know, he would, the product or service will basically suit automatically itself. Because we make the product or service by genuine understanding of the customer. Things change. Yeah. Digital communication is a key part. You don't have the one-to-one only directly. The digital sphere is a huge one. Again, how do we get the customer be understood by us rather than us trying to understand the customer? Psychology of the consumer matters a lot. Their moods change, their feelings change, their behavior patterns change. So we just have to change accordingly. And yes, marketing is not just one-off moment of getting the product into his hand and getting cash from him. It's about developing a relationship. And yes, when you do 1, 2, 3 really good, that creates a reputation for me, regard and respect for me in the mind of the customer, others, colleagues, friends, competitors. We call it personal branding. Career advancement skill is a bad word. Actually, it's a career survival skill. Being creative, ability to convince another person, and thinking 360 degrees, thinking the pluses, minuses, advantages, disadvantages as critical thinking. Emotional intelligence, what's a big word? It's about managing our emotions intelligently. That's the meaning of emotional intelligence. And yes, no matter how correct we are today, tomorrow, the day after may require change. The marketing, any marketing conduct require adaptability. What works for the customer might not work again the next time because his behavior, his feelings, his attitudes may have changed. Environment would have changed. So adaptability is the most crucial skill. Why is it so? Because then only you will know how to adjust to somebody else. In order to adjust to someone else, I need to know the person, feel the person, value the person. And then only I can, persuade the person. Customer-centered thinking, we call it, focus on the customer. Mindset, attitude, potential, energy. Focus on the energy. Marketer is one. The marketing professional is one with immense energy to reach out. No matter how challenging the situation is, you should be eagerly earnest in reaching out and identifying the requirement, and equally energetic in identifying a solution, and then same way communicating the solution, reaching out. You should know your potential. You should know the other potential. You should know the product's potential. And that positive attitude is a key thing. Not giving up on things. Marketings don't sell. Remember that. Marketers only convince the other person. Marketers, does his work. The marketer may not convince then and there. For example, imagine going to a furniture shop. What you say today to a person who comes to the furniture shop may not result in him buying then and there. But weeks later, months later, he may turn up. Oh, he may not turn up, but he may say something positive about the service that you did by talking, explaining, pointing out. He may send someone else. So attitude is that the marketer should know that immediate results are not there. That's selling. Marketing is convincing the other person for a relationship, not for a point of sale moment. And yes, that mindset, that ability to adjust and adapt and be flexible should be there. And when you have these things, energy, potential, attitude, mindset, this is what the interviewer looks for inside you. You got it, you're in. Now, before we start marketing products, it's always better to identify to market ourselves. This is what the employer looks at, how creative I am when it comes to, my own work, my social media, my CV, my cover letter, how I project myself at an interview, all that gives facets of creativity of mine. Your social media management, Instagram to Facebook to LinkedIn, should show not just the photos of qualifications and the pictures of, this and that. It's about how creative you are in language, thoughts, ideas, opinions, right? That's what creativity is about. Second one, we discussed the meaning of emotional intelligence. What is it? Ability to be intelligent with our emotions. That's the meaning of emotional intelligence. Everyone has their own package of emotions. How do we manage it? How do we work with it? How do we get the best out of it? So a more energetic, creative, passionate delivery, a genuine yourself. You can't pretend and act in marketing. You have to be yourself, right? So when you have to be yourself, you need to know yourself, and you need to know what others need out of you, and you need to adjust rather than lying. You can't pretend. Marketers can't be pretended. So ability to figure it out is emotional intelligence. And this is, how do we persuade the other person? It's not words, not about hammering out language in big, words. No. Always realize that communication is 80% non-verbal. So your attitude, your behavior, your body language, your eye contact, your smile, they all persuade people. Trust me, at an interview, many people throw too much English at an interview. They think that will persuade a person of, capacity. That's what your interviewer is. They know their stuff. Persuasion skills are not that, not just the words. It's the overall ability to convince another person. And this ability to change. Ability to realize that what worked earlier will not work again. That's adaptability. So if your CV is something that has been sent earlier, you can easily see that. A trained eye can easily know that. And if you do not seem to have updated yourself continuously by doing various things, doesn't have to be qualifications, right? It means you haven't changed the scenarios. Make sure that this aspect is harped on at an interview, 90%. That's what's needed out of the future workforce. None of them talk about the qualifications, degrees, MBAs, right? You get them, but you need these. Creativity, emotional intelligence, persuasion, and adaptability capacities. And that's exactly what the module is for. I'll just give you an example of mine. I remember having a student about 4 years back. He was from Hatton. He did the very same qualification that you're going for. 2 years back, he got the degree. And he was all right with two languages, Sinhala and Tamil, right? He was a Tamil speaking student and an average student, not the best. Prepared CVs and started going for job after job after job. Didn't get a hit. He was doing some online jobs to cover up. But then, it was a shock for me to find out him, functioning as an executive in an apparel operation, retail apparel operation, almost like the third ranked person in the office at the age of 26. And then he told me how he did it. Not the HND, not the degree he got. He told me that he basically revamped his CV. He walked into this particular apparel chain couple of times, retail chain of clothing couple of times to get the sense and sensibilities and the feelings of the customers and the products in it. And, he told me that he kind of got the passion of, exactly what they're trying to do and what they should be doing. And when he got an opening into the interview, He has basically unleashed his ideas, plans, views, dreams about making the place a better one. He landed the job. 2 years without a realistic job, and one such change of attitudinal development at an interview, he got, the third rank job at the age of 26. Master got it at 25. So, it's that the interviewer requires a solution provider, not a highly qualified graduate. So identify the solution. To identify that, you need to know the problem. To know the problem, you need to be flexible enough to identify, humble enough to realize that what you know is not enough, what you need to know is more. Reach out and satisfy the need. That's the marketing. Very purpose of it. Take a look at it. Nobody hires qualifications. You hire people with capacities. Then, personal branding. What motivates you? Different people have different motivations. Identify what clicks you, what gives you the energy, and make them realize your capacities in that. Because you can't copy another person in marketing. You have to be yourself. You have to be your own person. So identify the key motivators of you. And how do you kind of communicate that capacity and motivation to another person? Important. And yes, how do we speak? Is it about lots of good language, a lot of big words? It's not that. The particular boy I told you was very poor in English. He was basically, even today, he was kind of managing his English, good in Sinhala, good in Tamil. Not much of a talker, but he was a good convincer. And that's effective communication, right? You never throw too much language at an interview. You know how to communicate and make sure that they listen to you. You don't need a lot of language to make a person listen to you. Understand your forte capacities on it. Face the problem, see how, you could work on it. Do not ever think that you won't get a job. Right? The most unrealistic options may be your, the victories at the end. So always consider everything as opportunities. More you consider opportunities or the challenges as opportunities, more the options you have to try out. If you worry about challenges and don't consider them as opportunities, then you will never take the next step, right? Improving ourselves. Change. This is a very, very difficult thing in Sri Lanka. Everybody believes in education as the thing. Education for them means what we learned in the classroom and the degree. And they think that that's good enough for every solution. It will not solve the problems. The only problem solver is adapting to the requirement, thinking beyond the qualification, learning even after the formal learning, and keeping at it, and understanding that what was done earlier, what we got earlier is not all right for now or tomorrow. That understanding only will make them understand the earlier one, capturing the opportunities. You can't be arrogant. You may be sure about yourself and you may have one win or two or three, but you cannot ever be complacent, because a bad decision, a failure is a normal part of any professional's life. But a decision of failure due to arrogance is a big minus. Arrogance happens only when we refuse to change. That's the only reason for arrogance. Not willing to listen, not willing to agree to others. Stubbornness. right? You can decide not willing to listen. You can decide to be stubborn for a reason, but without it is arrogance, which is bad. How do you build the trust? How can you make a company believe in you? How can you make your team believe in you? How can you make yourself believe in you? Then how are you going to make others believe in you? I mean, the customers and the clients. You do that, you have what you call as personal brand. Marketing is not just one thing. Every profession use it. For every profession, marketing matters. Lawyer, the best of them are better marketers, managers, doctors. Everybody is a marketer, right? Got to identify the potential, and we need to go to a way around to market your potential. You don't enter an industry to find it. You don't find a job. Don't do that. Identify an opportunity to create an impact. Identify a place to build the identity and shape your future. That's the job. All three of this. Many people just go for the salary. They don't reach for a place where they can create an impact. You may be very well played, very well paid, but if you can't build an identity, if you can't create some impact, and it doesn't have a future for you, then it's not work for you. If it's, I mean, even if it's a well-paid job may not give this. Identifying job opportunities should be for this, especially at the first job and the second job, right? Remember, it's not the talent that gives the difference. It's a visibility. How others see you and how fast, how quick, how right in changing of yourself. And how do you develop the interaction and connections? You have this visibility, adaptability, connection. You have the marketing mindset. And that helps to create the impact, build your identity. And yes, that might help you to shape your future. Remember, knowledge may get you qualified, yeah, sure. Hard work may get you stable. That's also true. Remember, it's a marketing that gets you trusted. That's a key word in marketing. Understand the people, communicate clearly, yeah. Understand what they need and give that value. And yes, adapt fearlessly, change yourself. Never trust in what was right earlier. It may require change when the next time comes, the last part. You're here for a degree, you'll be going through it, all the best in it. But remember that just the starting point only. Nobody gives a job just for a degree. Develop the mindset, right? Learn how to connect, interact, reach out, communicate, and influence. So to get the competitive advantage, well, that is the purpose of this module, marketing. You come to a classroom for marketing, you are here not to get an assignment done through and get a result from the teacher of a distinction or a merit. You are here to learn the skills of how you project yourself, how you market yourself, and how you make sure that the other person is convinced that you're a good person in marketing.